Angelical book and the sigil and name with the Psalm Tehillim and description of the powers of the angels. And when you open the pages, you always start to think about the true need. What do you need? And then you find the angels with the powers, or the spirits if it's other spirits. And then you will gaze at the sigil or the names, the Hebrew letters, however you do it, and really focus on it and see what makes you out, calls to you. And you can also chant Eaoe or Nakae Eaoe while doing that and get into this and then look at the different sigils and just wait and see and be still and focus. You might feel a tingling or a pull or see the sigil glow or just instinctively know that this is the one. And that's the one you go with. And you can also ask out loud like you are speaking out to an empty room, but you say what you are thinking, I need this, and then you look at the sigils and I'm thinking about choosing this one. Is there somebody else I should think about? And since this is a good practice as well, since you're speaking to something invisible and you should have authority while you speak into the invisible and trust that there is someone standing before you hearing you. And they hear you all right. And then you might start to hear or feel something like static electricity that your hair is like moving a little bit, like or warmth or peace within, or you might, sometimes it happens that you might feel like a clear answer in your head before you even evoke the angel, and that might be that the problem was so easy that you received the message right away. That happens sometimes. And the angels and celestial spirits bring the energy, and I repeat myself here, while the sublunar and other spirits, you give them your life force, or you take energy from the earth and give to them, but it still is, in a way, since you take time to give them energy, and those are seconds and minutes from your life, so it depends how you look at that. But the main thing is always, how do you feel afterwards? Do you feel like there is a hope? Do you feel that it will take hard work, but there is something that is going to make it better? And if you have a icky feeling, then it might not be an angel. Or if some choices, if they, let's say that they come so easy that it's unrealistic, then it might not be an angel as well. And when you help others, you always offer them choices of angels. And even if they don't know that they can, just see what they would pick out, if they like a name, whatever it is, don't ever... and then you support their decision and you add some magic to it and help them that way. But the angels like when you support somebody else and help them, and the angels will take on from there and start helping as well. So don't worry about, and don't push your own wisdom on somebody else. They have free will. You can suggest angels, especially when they don't know what to do, but then you give them at least 3 or 4 and they make the choice, so they start to make active choices themselves. And the long-term effect is mostly inspiration, and that you can act and doors open for you. And it's hard, but you grow since it's constant change. I've changed completely every 7 years, 3 to 7 years, and I'm not the same person. And that's been like that for my whole life. And one of the hard lessons is that the more you learn, the more critical of your own behavior you might become. So like I always think I should have known better. I knew that if I do this that wouldn't work out, and that kind of harness is also, since you gain quite a lot of wisdom during the time, so it's always hard. And to accept that you are wrong, that's even harder. And you get wisdom with daily practice and subtle, but that is the muscle you need to show up, that you show up and you do your bit. And the spirit sees when you are ready, not the other way around. I know there are books that say that you stay there and claim and command the spirits and the spirits grant you authority. That is bullocks. And you can't crown yourself. You can buy a crown or take some degree where somebody puts a crown on your head. That is all right with an egregore or a familiar of a small group, but that don't go with the angels. The angels or spirits can crown you, and that is like they give you that crown of authority, and you don't ever choose the timing or anything. They give it to you when you are ready. And your specific talents will grow very quickly, since they are latent within you, since they were a part of you. And everybody has abilities. They are just different for each one of us. And practice will teach you other things more slowly. So you might be very good at some things and then you are not so good at others. And you practice those so you can learn to do them, but there is no real passion, there is not that real interest either, but you learn to do them so you can help others. And here comes the tricky part that comes along the way when you have, let's say you have done daily practice for at least 3 years or 7 years or something like that. When the spirit or the HEA calls you and they tell you to do something, and you say, I don't want to, I'm not ready or whatever, it always ends up with, at least in my case, I guess I'm ready, I still don't want to do it, or I guess I'm doing it, is more realistically what I say. So they give you these big challenges that you don't want to ever do, and then suddenly one day you are starting doing that. And what many of those new books don't tell, that the trust between the spirits that teach you, that is the essential tool to get any magic. And it evolves with time. It's not a quick fix or manifesting results. The true magic happens as you are ready. You must learn and understand what the spirits teach you. You can't just grab and drink magic. You can work with the lesser spirits like elementals and so forth and get quick results on the lesser, but true magic takes time. And you get wiser every year and you never stop learning. And the wisdom and magic is earned. And it is just like the free will. The God or Creator gave us free will as man. But and we can choose to take, like I've taken, I dedicated myself to the angels, but you can also, others dedicate themselves, or they don't dedicate, they make a pact with the demons. And the difference there is that once you enter a pact that can't be broken, you also signed away your own free will. And through that free will, you get the excuses, since you don't have free will, so you get the excuse of causing things to others, taking away their free will. Let's say binding or cursing somebody else to make them to do something or move or get away or whatever it is you want them to do. And with free will, in that case you would not even use magic. You would ask the person and tell them straight off face, I don't like you and stop doing it, you wouldn't use magic. You have the strength, you get the courage, as long as you have free will. But you don't act in the shadows, conspiring and cunning against people and being too afraid to tell them honestly what you think and what you want. Instead you go and try to use magic as a tool to hurt them. And that's the coward's way. That's not magic. So if you want to act magic like that, angels are not the right one for you. Since they want you to be honest and act with courage and strength, since they support you. So that was about all for now, and have a magical, magical day. Bye for now.